Today I want to show you how to experience cafe hopping in rural West Sumatra. It's pretty simple. You grab a scooter and you start driving until you get lost. And sooner or later you'll stumble on one of these beautiful resto-cafes surrounded by lush greenery and serving delicious stuff. By the way, stay until the end of the video because in the evening we come out again to check some local night market street food. It's midday, I'm super hungry, and we make our first stop.
It's so pretty.
And when it comes to food, I ordered some nasi Ayam Madura, which is village chicken. And you can see I've also got some of these crisps, which you can never miss in any Indonesian dish. Cucumber, I've got some tofu, and also some eggplants. Looks really beautiful, even more beautiful if you consider the location. So we got like a little bit of this chicken on a very spicy looking dark red kind of sauce. Actually I want to try the sauce first. Ooh, I think it's some kind of a sambal. Super spicy. I think there is the coconut in there as well. Super spicy. And I like it. I think I'm gonna try it. So I think I'm gonna break a little bit of this chicken into the rice and see what it tastes like. The chicken actually is very easy to kind of separate. Looks pretty tender, but it's fried chicken, so you can see on the top it's got this kind of spicy coating which comes from the sambal, and we'll put this eggplant on the top, fried eggplants. Chicken is yummy, not super tender, nice texture of the eggplant. The eggplant I think has been just fried on oil, but it's very well deep fried. Like it's not extremely oily, and I don't think it's been particularly spicy. It's just like pure eggplant kind of taste. Next I'm gonna grab the piece of tofu, and I'm gonna also grab the other bits of chicken with some rice. And definitely what makes this chicken special is, you know, the sambal itself. I've read that it's actually made with the addition of kecombrang, which is a flour apparently. It's supposed to give it like a distinct savory flavor, which was the thing that I couldn't explain because I've never tasted it before. And in fact it's so good that I am gonna take one of these crisps and I'm gonna scoop this sambal and the rice. I think the other dish that we have ordered is aglio olio, which is interesting in Indonesia. Doesn't look bad. There is an addition of chicken which is interesting, but you can see the garlic, you can see the piece of chilies in there. I'm actually gonna try it and give my Italian opinion and say actually it's not bad. Spicy, it's very garlic as you should be. And they managed to make quite a dense creamy sauce actually on the pasta, which is quite surprising. I know myself. If I drive a bit too far from the beaten path, I start to feel uncomfortable. You're still in a foreign country after all, so anything can happen. But I've realized that from the point of discomfort, if I push myself a bit farther than that, until I'm too far to even care anymore, that's when the fear vanishes and my senses open up to the beauty surrounding me. Okay, after a very scenic and beautiful drive around the Rao Valley, we are now in a second small kind of cafe in the nature, and it's absolutely beautiful. Good looking menu. I went for the Bakso, which are Indonesian noodles with meatballs. And the first thing that's arriving in my table is the Vietnamese coffee. I really needed some kind of caffeine kicks, and actually the Vietnamese coffee beans have got twice as much caffeine content than normal Arabica kind of coffee beans. You can see on the bottom that we've got condensed milk, and we're just gonna give them a good stir. And the next thing that's arriving in my table is Bakso Ayam, which is made up by three words: mie, which is the noodles, bakso, which is the typical meatball, and ayam, which means chicken, and also some crackers, obviously. So I guess we're just gonna give it a good mix so that all the ingredients can mesh together. There are also some greens, mustard, and yeah, different pieces of chicken. Try the noodles first, and maybe actually let's rehydrate them in this kind of yellowy brownish soup. Looks very delicious. The soup looks oily, not very thick. It's got turmeric flavor. It also looks like chicken stock or something. We'll get a bite with the mustard greens, and I want to catch this bakso on this next bite. Typical bakso, which is similar to Chinese meatballs as well. It's made of beef surimi. Pieces of chicken are varied. A chicken wing, also things like chicken liver, skin. Yeah, a very comfort dish. Really like this kind of soup. It's very turmeric-y, but also kind of sweet, and lots of chicken flavor as well as spring onion flavor. Looks like I'm left now with a small piece of chicken wing, which I'm happily gonna fight. Why is it that there is always street food actions in Asia? Every day is like festival day. It's not like this where I come from. Every piece of sidewalk has got something you want to stop to try. From crisps made of unusual beans and roots to jiggly grass jelly drinks. But somehow I always end up chasing the aroma, the fumes of meat grilled in front of you. There's one place that I want to show you. It's called Sate Danguan-Danguan. So this is a satay which is different from the normal satay of the city of Padang. This one is called Danguan-Danguan, and it's more like yellowy orange. And this is because it uses different kind of roots, galangal and turmeric, as well as ginger. The meat is beef, and it's usually beef tongue and beef offal. Okay, let's try this satay. It looks very creamy. There is crispy shallots on top of the satay. And let's give it a try. So good. The turmeric kick, the galangal. Yeah, the sauce is very creamy, and the beef a bit chewy in some parts. It's very loud because there is a lot of music. There is also lontong on the bottom, which are compressed rice cake. Grab a piece of the compressed rice cake, soak it in the sauce, and then grab a stick of the satay and eat it like that. It's very difficult to stop eating these skewers. They bring at the table 10, 20, and you eat as many as you want, and they will refill it every time until you say stop. The most important thing is that you rehydrate them every time. And the meat is slightly sweet, because one of the characteristics of this Sate Danguan-Danguan is that the skewers are sprinkled with fresh turmeric and fresh coconut before they are put into the grill. And we had to order a refill, and look how good they look, like the crispy shallots on top. You get the smell of the shallots right into your nostril. It's getting a bit late and I should go back to my hotel, but there is another dish that I wanted to show you. This is martabak, a pan-fried pancake stuffed with anything you want really. I went for chicken, onions and eggs. It kind of looks like an omelette, and it's pretty filling. Let's show how much chicken it's in this piece. Now I see some sort of garlicky soy sauce, and I think let's give it a dip. But then I'm told that there is another way to do things. Now I can go back to my hotel as a truly happy man. My friend, it's always a pleasure to bring you with me around the world to try new food. Give it a like if you wish, and let's jump on the next food adventure.